Hello, Edwin. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis, so thank you for letting me do this for you. Now, I lived in LA for 34 years. I was out in the valley the whole time, Burbank and Glendale, and I also lived in Sun Valley, way out at the end of Vineland. So anyway, I think that you have a great site. You've been doing this for 30 years, and it's a wonderful site. You spent some money on it, which is clear. It was money well spent. So I don't really have anything more to say about that. However, I do have something to say about is the performance of your site. I don't know if this is a new site. Perhaps that's the reason. But the tools that I have that show me how sites are performing don't show your site performing well at all. And I mean, not badly. I mean, not at all. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I find, and you tell me if it's for you or not. Now, first thing I do after I look at the site is I have this paid tool called Ahrefs, and it shows me what the metrics of your site are. And as you can see, there is very little. There has been no traffic this month or the month before. There's not any keywords. There's not any other, two other domains that refer to yours. So nobody is seeing this site that you spent money on and you were expecting to have, become something that brought you customers and money. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a Google search of Los Angeles. And the reason I'm doing this is because Google is responsible for about 96% of your traffic. So being on a Google search is definitely something that you want to do. Most people do not know how Google works, and therefore they aren't able to take advantage of all of the benefits that can come by utilizing Google as it should be utilized. Now, things on Google are not random. Things on Google are not ever-changing. Things on Google are determined entirely by the Google algorithm, which determines the placement of absolutely everything. So I'm going to show you how Google works by explaining this results page to you. Now, I did search for LA Handyman, and as you can see, the top ones here are what we call, well, they're sponsored is what Google calls them. They're paid. They paid to get up there at the top. Now, that is not a bad strategy necessarily, but some people figure, why would you pay to be on a search that is the best of the worst? Doesn't that make you like suspect of, and that's not what Google is. Google is not the best of the worst. It is so far from that. What you and I might consider great for a company like a Better Business Bureau rating or satisfied customers, Google does not take into account at all when determining where where companies are on these lists. So these folks up here have paid, like I said, and the first thing that I find is actually just a list. It is not an actual handyman service or company or contractor. And then underneath that is what we call the map pack. It's where they show on the map folks who have handyman services. And you can see right there. And what these three folks did was they filled out a Google business profile. Now that's something that Google offers. You can fill it out and it's going to ask you things like what year you started your business and what your opening and closing hours are, that sort of thing. Now, underneath that is what we call the organic search results. Now, those can also be lists again, like in this case, it's Angie's list. But right under that is Mr. Handyman in LA. They say they're West LA. I don't know if that's true. West LA Handyman Service. And I'm going to show you their site. And I'm going to refer to them for the rest of this analysis as your Google competitor. Now, here is your site. I'm going to do something really fast. I'm going to copy and paste your home page into this word counter. You have 804 words. Do the same for Mr. Handyman. Copy and paste. There we go. 1,141 words. Generally, the folks who are listed at the top have more words in their websites. And that is because Google rewards more. That's what an algorithm does. However, even at 1,100 whatever, they have not done what Google wants in terms of words. Google wants 1,500 words on your homepage. And the reason for that is they want whoever types into a Google search, in other words, their search clients, to arrive at a site and be able to learn more about whatever it was that they were Googling. So Google has determined that 1,500 is the minimum number of words. How they determine that, I do not know, but that is not my place to figure out anyway. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is that all words are not the same on Google. Since they don't have 1,500, let's see how the keywords are. Now, as you recall, you only have one keyword. Keywords are words that come from your industry. They come from Google searches. They come from your communities around you that you serve. And let me show you what your competitor has. They have 97,900. I've never seen that many keywords on a website before in any industry. That is astounding to me. I'm seeing this for the first time. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. I can't show you all of them because that would take forever. Handyman near me, handyman services, obviously Mr. Handyman if they're looking for that. Handyman services near me, deck repair near me, furniture assembly near me, window repair near me. And they have all of these different services that they offer. And so when people type in window installation service, Mr. Handyman shows up because that is one of the things that they have for their keywords. And so you want to get a bunch of keywords that essentially people who might be looking for you would type into a Google search. Those are exactly the sorts of things that you want on your website. How does this stud finder work? Drywall repair near me. People are very interested in stud finders apparently. So either way, these are suggestions of ways to improve your keywords. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is show you your backlinks, which you had two of. I'd love to know what those are. Let me see if I can pull those up fast. And while that's happening, I'm going to show you what your I'm going to show you what your competitor has for backlinks. They have 6,300 different domains that they are on. In other words, their site appears on a different site with a link back to their website. So, you know, an example would be like Yelp. If you have claimed your profile there and you have your website in that profile, there's a link back to you. That's what we call a backlink. Now, 6,300 is also a huge amount. And here are their domains that they're on. New York Times, Bing, HubSpot. There should be some that are more related to the industry, like, oh boy, that's going to be hard to find. There we go. Home Advisor. I knew I'd find one. Realtor.com. Homestead, MapQuest. All of these are ones that are certainly available to get on. I'm sure that Angie's List is in here somewhere. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. And I knew it was 91, so that's why I was looking for it. AARP, another excellent one to get on. And some of these companies, these websites are, you can get on them as simply as filling out a profile, like the business profile for Google. Now, these folks have a lot of domain ratings in the 90s, and I'm going to show you what that means. The domain rating shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile. Now, what that means is, just like on your site, if there is a site that has a backlink to you, that is great. These folks have backlinks to them in the millions. So many backlinks to New York Times, to Bing, to HubSpot. And that puts them very high on this scale of 0 to 100. So those are the sites that you would like to shoot for. Anything from 70 on up would be great for you, but not necessarily necessary. I don't know how important it is for you to be in the Orlando Sentinel, for instance, but that's a decision you get to make. And if I were to go here, you would find some that are down at 0.2 or even 0. So those are ones you can avoid too. Try to get on ones that are a higher domain rating, and you can just find out what those are. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you, let's look at what your domain ratings are. Here we go. ITX, Oft, and Explored Domains. Oh my. Okay. Well, yeah, this is a company that is easily purchased, so it doesn't have a very high domain rating, and neither is this one. So that's you need to get on more websites, and the reason that you need to get on more websites, the reason that Google wants this, is they want to be sure that your website is a place that people want to go to, and if there is a whole lot of links to those sites, to your site, then they will say, hey, yeah, other people have gone there and enjoyed it. I'm sure that our search clients will enjoy that too. So they do prioritize people that have a lot of backlinks. Now, what this all comes down to is that you had 0 traffic, as I mentioned before. Excuse me, and Mr. Handyman had 177,000 visitors. That is tremendous. That is a lot of visitors. I wonder what that is per day. Anyway, it's a lot more than 0. So at this point, they have 177,000 more opportunities than you do to have a client come to them through their website. For them to get a paying client and put money in their pocket. 177,000 more opportunities than you do. And it all has to do with their placement on Google. Those numbers come from being first or near the top. If I were to go down, even this one will have less than this one. Maybe not by much, but it will. And get all the lists out of the way and get to the actual handyman. Like here's another one. He's going to have more than you. I'm going to see if I can scroll down and find you. I'm kind of guessing that I can't, but here's why I'm doing that. Because I want you to think about your own Google experiences. When you're Googling something, how far down do you scroll before you think to yourself, you know what, I am probably good with here on up. Whatever I have already scrolled through, I can probably make do with from here on up. And if you have not seen what you want to by now, would you continue scrolling? And that is exactly what the oh, that's weird. They're double yours. You're 111 and they're 222. Or no, you're 101, of course, for the freeway. So yeah, getting higher on Google is only going to help your business. That is the bottom line. Now, if the things that I've told you to improve, I will go through them again. 1 is the Google Business Profile. 2 is the keywords. 3 is the backlinks. If those are things that make sense to you to get higher on a Google search, then by all means, please call Eric. He would be happy to show you through the next steps. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.